don't want to be here, but I also don't want to be here. Right? Like I'm not trying to be in his ass. Come back. One of two things. We're either going to be in a position where we're elbow to elbow, because I need freedom of movement because we're going to split. I want to maintain this entire hallway. What this allows me to do is if this is a wall, he can still see kind of around that corner, and I have enough depth of field as we walk. So ready, we're going to walk. Right? So this is how it's going to feel. If you are not the first two men, your job is to clear any room that we walk by. Your first two guys, you're not stopping at rooms. You're blowing by them. You see a door, ignore it. It's not your responsibility, right? Your responsibility is to maintain the hallway. Pull as much security down the hallway as possible. Because if I'm front man and I go to see this door and I take this fucking right, it's going to be about another 1.5 seconds before you can register, oh, it's your turn to pick it up. By the time you're picked up, and if an engagement starts in that small window, you're fucked. Because at least 2 of you are laced. It's not what you want to do. Keep the same 2 men in security, make those engagements. Second man. So I'm going to be fucking second man on the right side, so go ahead and walk. All right, door right. I'm going to just walk in. They're going to ignore it. So second man on this side is going to walk into a room, clear it. As soon as he walks into that fucking room, clear, clear, clear. He's going to come out. He's going to wait for his stack to go. If he doesn't see anybody walking, probably his whole team's gone. So he's going to walk back out, catch up with the rest of his team. The back side of the team is just going to fill, right? So once I come into the room, I'm no longer 2-man. I'm now dealing with the room. So then the person behind me is going to deal with the fucking next room. And it's just going to keep going. Or I guess 2 people would come with me, and then it just keeps, you're like fucking leapfrogging the entire time. That way you can stay in motion. You're going to go all the way to the end of the hallway. Once you get to that point, depending on what's down there, right? So if it's the end of the fucking hallway and you just have like one hallway and you've got another hallway beelining left, you're going to just pull security down that left side of the hallway because you know you have no engagements. If it tees off, now you have to split. And that's where it gets fucking tricky. Because if we go down and we're walking and it splits, I need to register and me and him have to acknowledge that I split. I don't want to go all the way to the end of the hallway, but I need to be able to sit right about here. Right? You're not taking that side, I'm pushing off the wall now. You're going to take this side, so you're just going to aim your gun that way, and I'm going to aim my gun this way. We have cross sectors of fire here. Yep. I can see way further down this hallway than he would if he was there. Right? So if some motherfucker tries to walk up on the corner, done. Because he's not, I'm still far enough back, right? So if I'm, like, stand on that corner real quick, and act like right there, and just act like you're shooting, right? Tell me when you see me. There. I have no idea where you're at. Okay. So you've got me beat by at least 1.5 steps. So by the time you register that I'm there, you've already shot me. I've got nothing I can do. All right. You have to know how to peel off, and you have to play the angle. The angles that you're able to put yourself in a position to register is going to be the biggest dictation on how successful you are when it comes to CQB. If you're not using the angles correctly, you're either going to overexpose, undercommit, or you're just going to be in a position that's not advantageous in any way, shape, or form. Right? So like if you're standing all the way against the fucking corner and I'm walking down this bitch, I'm going to notice you way back there. And there's nothing you can do about it. Now you're just in a gunfight and you're hoping to God, like there's no surprise anymore. That's the one thing in CQB you have on your side, is that surprise. So if you're like right here, and I just fucking walk, and I come around this corner, now I'm shocked. I'm fucked. Because I'm like, oh shit, what did I just walk into? Especially if there's another one, and then there's more back there. It just doesn't look good, right? But if I take this corner right, so stand there, I'm going to aggress this corner the way that I would. Stand right against the wall. Okay. Quick, set. So that's a big difference, right? It's a massive difference when I know what's going on. But why put yourself in that position? If you want to stay there and you guys want to try to take that corner hard, right, and we're going to just stack on the corner and that's where he's pulling security and I have nobody there, what does that do? Absolutely, there's nothing for me here. That eliminates probably right? 2 people around the corner. So there's just, now, standing here and I have a fucking guy, like, there's nothing he can do that's going to beat me. Nothing. So then, if I do somehow get beat, you already know what's coming. You just take that step, make that engagement, and carry on. You guys are just pulling rearward security at this point. You guys are just holding it down on the back side of the hallway until we feel ready to switch. So if we're just breaking off, so let's say this fucking L's out, right? There's not a T hallway, it's just a one-sided. We just know this is the end of this build, this wall. It just goes down, right? So if I'm pulling security here, all that's going to happen is you're going to get ready to breach that corner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to step. Once I've taken it,
and you both go.
now you see me go.
And you follow.
You see me walk next to you, you take it. You guys just fucking funnel in.
Yep.
Right? And you'll notice, like, with my guys, I'll give small cues. So if I'm first man, and I see a fucking door, right? Let's say this is a door. If I'm first man and I'm walking, I'm just gonna let them know, hey, door check it. Right? What's up?
So say you have a person there and a person there, so you have the cross, and you have 2 other people. Would we get 1-1 as well, just sit behind them? Or
no.
would we be
once we're all the way through the hallway, if it tees off, you guys are gonna stack behind each individual person.
Okay.
But if there's nothing going that direction and it just goes this way, just stack one-sided. So you guys are gonna strong wall. Okay. Very dependent, right? So if I'm here and I'm like, there's nothing going that way, stack on that wall, you guys all stack behind me. And we're just gonna approach.
Falling.
Go for it. So you do not move until you see me make a large advance. Once you see me make a large advance, catch up. Okay. But you have to catch up.
You guys weren't here last time, but we were doing this with Laz. So even if he was last, which once you get there, he starts coming out wide. Once he gets wide and he moves, he's going to say going or something to let you know he's breaking.
So you'll know, right? So I don't speak too much in CQB unless it's already gone live.
Right, because you want to be quiet.
What you're going to see me do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to go up and down with my weapon.
Let you know he's ready.
Once you return that, right? So if I'm here, like look down, like look at your corner, right? So if I approach, do you see me move my hands? That right there, yeah. Okay. So you saw me move my hands, give it back, wave.
Now go. You're supposed to go with him.
Right. So
all y'all go.
Up, everybody follow.
Yep.
You have to stay right next. Because if you give him that gap, you're fucked. Right now, we're gonna act like these doors are in play. You guys have to pick that up as the backside team. So if I'm here, there's 2 ways that you can do this, right? So I'm either going to be second man here, and I'm just going to run it and leave this unsecured, which is what I'm going to do. Laz will pull him off the back, bump with me, and now I've got 2 dudes on this wall, 3 on that wall, and then you continue to make that engagement. That is, it works, but it's unnecessary if you know how to pick it up quick. So if I'm here, and we're going to go this way, when you guys, so I'm going to act the second man, so come standpoint. So this is the tricky thing. So I'm going to give you a squeeze, act like this is, go. And then I have a fucking room, I immediately have to put in, because you got to register that fast. And there's nothing to that other than being able to pick that up quickly. Because if you take the step and nobody clears that room, what happens if somebody's in there?
You get shot from the side.
You know what I mean? Now you just gave everybody, so the whole team advances, and then all this dude has to walk up. If you're like, they all fucking walk by me? Cool, he walks out of the room, lights up down the hallway. Now you're fucking both ends, because you don't know what's over there. You could have known what's over here, but you guys didn't clear it, right? So first man does not pay attention to the room, normally. So I don't know who your first man is.
It's normally me, but not this time, because I'm XO or squad, so I'll be in the back.
It'll likely never be the same person.
It'll most likely be Justin this time.
So
You'll be point man.
if it works, you know what I mean? Keep it flowing. If you guys have like a dedicated point man, use them. But just know once you get into a room or once you get into an engagement, that changes. So it might happen where he gets hit, and now you have to, and you have to be able to make that adjustment and register, okay, now I'm in a different role, gotta do something a little different next time, right? The biggest thing is don't go fucking tying hallway. This shit down a fucking hallway, it works, but not really. Right? Like, it might work a little bit depending on the situation.
Your first shot.
But in a fucking hallway, not continue all. The moment you start getting into an engagement, now you're just stuck back here, and you're like, oh well, he's shooting. I don't want to move, right? So you're gonna peek out and engage, but you got a bunch of dudes behind you, right? Especially eventually you come around the corner and you're like, oh, there's fucking doors everywhere. I don't know. Don't do that. Now, as far as real quick, another big one. So as far as when you shoot this corner, point man keeps going straight, and the 2-man goes in here and clears, and the 3-man follows up on the point man, or the 4-man comes in and sees. No, so the first one send the first 2 dudes on the back. It'll go 1, and then it'll go 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5 will be okay. So only 2 men need to go into the room at the same time. Right? The only time that'll change is if both men, like if you hear both dudes call hit, something's gonna change, but it's gonna be a little bit too late at that point. Because unless you guys are rolling fucking 20 deep, and you guys have 10 and 10, like it's hard to make that sense. But 2 dudes going into a room with supplies, you shouldn't really get both of them back. If you do it happen, just understand that there's about to be an engagement popping out in the room behind you, you're probably not. So first man's gonna take the corner and fucking second man, third man, funnel in. And a lot of the hallways that the rooms that break off, man, they're like checkup rooms. Or fucking a room with maybe a bathroom. Like they're not big rooms. Right? So I can walk into that room, stand here, and I can just be like that. Yeah, it's fucking clear. Like I don't have to turn my head because like my peripheral, I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, it's good. Right? So if I walk in and I'm like, oh, nothing. All right, check the bathroom and fucking dip. Or fucking the worst that happens is you go into a room, and there's a bunch of different ways that you'll get into it in a little bit. But you go into a room and all of a sudden you're in an engagement. Depending on how you enter the room, you can beat that engagement out. And the reason that I always say send the first man first, especially in this instance, is because if you're in here and you're the fucking bad guy and you just see me do this, the moment you see me, you're probably going to shoot. And if you don't, you're going to make some noise because you're going to be like, oh, fuck, there's somebody there. The moment I get a cue, whether it's audio or it's fucking I'm being shot at, by the time he starts shooting at me, I'm already out of the doorway. He's not going to hit me. He's got to contend with 2 and 3. 2 and 3 know he's there now. So 2 and 3 are just going to blow the room, and I can hear where you're at. Right? So if I'm standing here, and I fucking hear an engagement that's like, and I just see BBs doing this, and they're going that way, I know I don't have to worry about that. I know it's right here or something. So I'm just like, alright, cool. Bang, bang. I walk in, get in my clear, pop back out, jump, and I'll check my stack. So when I come out here, I see my stack and I go. Because the last thing I want to do is come around the corner and them already be fucking gone. Because you guys like to, like airsofters, you guys like to sprint through some shit, or you guys would just like leave your buddy behind. So it's like, you guys don't ever wait for like the last man queue up. So if you guys don't do that, good luck. You guys, if you're not moving like in a group, tactically, you're gonna notice a lot of you guys are gonna start to get picked on in ones, and then next thing you know, you're gonna end up. Some of you guys are gonna jump in with us, and we're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Like, where's your guy?" And you're like, "I have no idea." You start to run into those problems when you try to break off, and you like, if you're like, if we get stuck at this corner and we're just waiting, and it's one thing like when we're waiting and there's like an engagement going on, and we're like, "Fuck." Then you can just break off and ask people to help. And 2 dudes just full security on the end of the hallway. But if we get to the end of the hallway and we're like, alright, we need to go, and you just try taking it, well, you just left like 4 dudes behind, potentially. So now you're just, trying to clear a hallway with 2s? That's never good. So you have to be very cautious about how you maneuver, but you also have to make sure you're routine. Just like, do I want to wait here around this corner for 5 minutes? No, not really. But the likelihood of that happening, like you guys have to learn tempo and control. Okay, violence of action is fucking huge, but without a control factor in it, you're gonna get yourself hemmed up. Because if you just leave him hanging, right, he takes points, and you just leave him hanging. Now, or what if you leave them hanging? Right? They come around the corner to find you, you're fucking gone. But who like, say it's me and you, we're taking the corner. What are our odds of beating like 4 dudes that are shooting us in the corner? Just me.
A high with the milsim.
Right, huh?
Yeah, high with the milsim.
Right.
70. And not good odds at all.
So now, if it's me, you, him, now we're like, okay, we've got 5 dudes pushing because they don't know we're there yet, right? But the moment I break that corner, oh fuck, I've been seen. Oh no, that never goes well, and that's the fight I don't want to get in, because I'm not trying to get into a massive engagement, especially not that long hallway. Have you guys done like long hallway CQB before? Have you guys played in like a men's with like massive corridors? No, the only one that we did was
The prison.
Miami when we did the prison.
That's
Yeah, and that was 2-tier. You guys, those engagements are far, but getting caught in those long hallways fucking sucks, right? Like, so we had to dive into prison cells when we got. You weren't there for that one.
no.
But yeah, we had to dive into fucking cells and landing on fucking shit to avoid not getting shot down the corner. And putting yourself in those positions fucking sucks. But when you guys start to do it well, those engagements, they end quick. So then it's like, you're able to really pick up on a lot of different minor things where you're like, okay, instead of being shoulder to shoulder like we were, right? We get into an engagement and fucking they're only engaging us from one side and he's trying to pop around the corner. I'm gonna step off your shoulder, I'm gonna go to the far wall and we're gonna keep walking it down. Every time he comes around the corner, I'm gonna shoot him, you're gonna shoot him. If I go down, somebody take my place and you just keep walking that shit down. Because once you get to the end, within 10 feet, they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, this isn't good for me. And they're gonna turn around.
They normally run.
All right, maybe this is a fucking. But you have to be able to pick those spots up, right? Because just you get into an engagement, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm pinned, and you just try to run into a room. Because then you're never gonna lose.
Now you're stuck.
Now you're just in a static gunfight that's not moving anymore. It's stupid. It's
You're,
like trunk warfare.
yeah, you're in a bad 50-50.
Right, like that shit's not fucking good. It's a game of inches here. The better you can just like make those inches up, the worse it gets for everybody else. And the better you get at it, the better it is for everybody on your side.
Yep.
So it's like, so if I'm taking this corner, right, and I'm here, and say somebody get right here, right, so now we're shoulder to shoulder, right? A head pops out, you start engaging.
That's
now you're gonna push off, and you're gonna still maintain this corner, but you need to get wide, right? So now you, right, so guys will backfill the positions. So same thing, right? So like, get on this side, you're on the inside wall, and we're gonna walk that way, right? So if I'm here, and I see a fucking head, I see a head, I'm gonna walk.
Yep.
And every time he pops up, bang, bang. And we're both of us are just gonna pin his fucking dome in. And once we get here, now we can just launch it. And fuck, you have to commit to it. Like, it cannot be slow. Because if I do this shit, I'm like somewhere I'm gonna get shot, right? Because now I have to be reactive because I'm taking a corner. I have to be reactive here, and I'm not able to move because I'm under committing. The hardest thing to do is shoot a lateral target. Everybody understand? Like lateral targets. Have you ever tried to shoot somebody that's fucking running? Like just you're shooting at them and they just start taking off. It is not easy, especially with BBs.
BBs, yeah, they fucking curve behind
them. If you're not leading the target, and most dudes in CQB are not gonna lead you. They're not gonna understand it. Which is why, like, my big thing is if I'm here, I'm not just gonna pan, because now I'm just a stationary target that's really like minor movement. But if I'm here and I'm like, all right, ready, and there we go, and I push out to the far wall, you cut inside, like that is gonna scare the fuck out of somebody. And if I get hit, he's still right around the corner. That they have no chance. All right, so it's conceptual.
Is the inside man that was over here going to stay against the wall when you turn the corner?
Yep. So stay inside, man. All right, so from here, right, I'm gonna take it. We just got into a gunfight. I know somebody's there. I'm gonna give him my fucking shake. He's gonna give me my. As soon as he gives me that fucking shake, I'm going. There's no countdown. The moment he shakes it, like wave your gun. And we're literally right back to it. Like nothing changed, right? The only thing that gets tricky is obviously I don't run with him very often, but the more he runs with me, the better timing he's gonna get because he's gonna start to know my step count. He's gonna know my sizing, right? So right now he's a little bit behind the pitch, but so if I come here, because he's like, he doesn't know how explosive I'm gonna be, right? So he's not sure. So he's got to catch up on the backside. The more we run together, the more he's gonna understand. Give me that wave, and he's gonna know as soon as he waves, he can go because I'm already filling that spot. Then we catch up. Right? It's repetitions with your guys. I move very quickly through CQB, so every time I run with new dudes, it's very hard for them to keep up. It's super awkward.
You guys
they're always like a little bit behind.
Sorry, you guys aware of the high ready, what that means? Can you break it down to them?
Yeah. So you have certain positions that I will say are better for CQB, right? So you've got 4 positions in total.
Come over here.
2 you'll really never use, right?
Just hold it high.
You've got a high ready.
So when you're here,
compress.
you're just gonna drop it. Yep. That means there's no work. You're ready to go. You're waiting on him. If he gives you that quick nod, punch in. Punch in because he can read that you're ready because you're high up. If you're sitting right here, he might think you're ready for an engagement. So you got work. No work. Okay.
So It's like it's a non-verbal cue. Now there are a couple ways that you guys can do this. You guys can go high ready, or you guys can do a complete compress. I'll always tell my guys to compress.
Chest in.
Because let me see your weapon system real quick.
Yep.
So if I'm coming here, right, the last thing I want to do is I'm not trying to be pointed at this fucking corner.
Correct.
Right, because then this dude's gonna be like, all right, what are we looking at here? And he's just gonna try to scan the same shit.
So it's gonna stop him up.
This is awkward, right? But if I'm here, right, so this is a compress. If I'm here, I still give him the opportunity. I can be like, all right, fucking, like he gives me the wave, I give him that wave, and we're good.
And if he's set like that, and I just pull up next to him and don't know him, I know he's ready.
Yeah. And
I know he's ready.
So you have the same thing, right? Low compress, right? So if you see me here, right, although I can still, like, if I turn the corner and I just want to lift up, it's a quick lift, I can engage, right? But from here, like, you know I'm not picking anything up. I'm just ready to go. You notice, you give me that fucking wave, I'm gonna give you your wave. You're gonna go and I'm gonna follow. Boom. We've turned the fucking corner and now we're ready to go. Right, so one thing I will never recommend is like one of these fucking karate chop downs, the tomahawk things. It's called like a traditional fucking high ready. It's like conventional army uses it. But they do this shit. And then they corner like this. Right, that's a lot of time. So for the most part, you'll see me stick to this one. Because when I punch around the corner, like as my foot turns, oh shit, you're longer than I'm used to. As my foot turns, I'm able to make my fucking engagement, and then I can just walk around the hallway.
And I'm not sure if they were here or not, but the reason why he likes being center and over his barrel is because he knows it's pointing that way. He doesn't have to be down the sights.
So
it's where I needed to be just in case. Fire. Oh shit! Now I can get on it.
With any fire, right? Like with regular, like if I'm using like a 77 grain 5.56, I can probably just like, if I'm here, I know like for a fact, I can pull the trigger, and where my eye is, I guarantee you, like I can walk it the fuck down. Right, so from here, and I'm like, oh, I'm aiming at that fucking pole. I can right now walk to that pole, I guarantee you my barrel touches it, and I won't have to look if I just walk straight. Right, so the same thing with like when you're just walking down the corridors. The last thing you want to do walking down the corridor is be here, right? I don't want to be fucking here looking down my optic, because what that does is it'll funnel you. Now you don't have that display, right? But I'm here, right? Because right now, all it takes is this, right? I'm walking, somebody pops up, boom, and I can start engaging before it's in my eye line, boom, and now it's in my eye line. It's a quick little up, so over fucking walking. Like some people will walk like this, or like this. And then they gotta come all the way the fuck up when that somebody reaches that point. Alright, so you have your patrolling ready, right? What we're gonna call it, but it's a low ready. So you're here, an engagement pops up, comes up into your eye line, you engage, you come back down. Engage, come back down. Engage, come back down. But from here, all I have to, like, once I'm here, I can still see everything. It's a quick up, I can still turn my head and talk to everybody that I need to. I still have full functioning peripherals because I'm just how you do it.
I actually run and gun like that.
Like if you guys see me run like a lot of like in distance CQB, most of my movements are gonna be like this, and it's gonna be fucking. Some dude pops around the corner, I'm just gonna be like bop 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 bop. I'm not even gonna look down my optic.
Correct.
Because I know I can walk a motherfucker down. And it's not hard, right? So if I'm here, right, and if it's like really fucking far, sure you can look through it, but it takes so much time for like your ocular adjustment to pick up, oh, reticle,
at least
person,
a second,
target, shoot, right? When I'm here, it's fucking
fire,
target, bang, 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 bang. And then you'll stop. Last thing I want is to be here. Okay, notice the barrel in relation to this corner. This is no fucking bueno.
Past the breach.
For nobody, right? So that's why when you notice, like I'll register, I'm here, I'll make my engagement, bang, 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 and I'll stop. And then that's why I pull in. That way I can get as close to this corner as possible without breaching. So if I'm here, you give me that fucking shake, I give you your little fucking wonky shake. As soon as you go, I'm gonna take your first step, right? So you're taking it close. You gotta take it.
You gotta go wide. Right? You gotta go. You're the wide guy.
Directly into me, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so you have to remember, lateral targets are harder to hit. So if you just start walking straight, all you're doing is just getting closer and easier. I don't have to move my gun, right? I can just put it on full auto and just make my engagement. You're fucked. Now, you put it on full auto and you see me fucking do this shit to the far end of the hallway. Now you have to track me. By tracking me, what you do is you sacrifice yourself maybe if he hits you. All right, so from here, I'm gonna give you this shake.
And so you guys would be coming right in.
That should feel every fucking time. If we are not shoulder to shoulder, or at least like close, right? So like where my muzzle should be well in front of your face.
Okay.
Right, so if we're walking, have most of your shoulders here, like this is the max separation you want, right here, max. Anything more than that, or like for your instance, if you're trying to keep up, anything more than like this is not gonna go well. Okay. Because like if I give it more, watch, point your gun, stop moving. So if we're here, like, this is good, right? But now I take it a step. You don't move, put your gun back. A target picks up over here. Move to shoot that target. Nope.
Can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's why.
Yeah,
So now
can't.
I'm here, okay, and we're engaging. Move to shoot that target.
Yep.
Right. So once I start to register, oh fuck, you're moving. I'm gonna pull off, and I'm gonna be like, what the fuck, and then I'll track that way. And that's one of the reasons, like, if we can, we get close, right? Because if I'm here, make that movement. You automatically, you're
automatically gonna steer
right?
you
So
in
like,
that
watch,
direction.
if we're walking, and I pick up an engagement, right? Like you're gonna know, fuck, like I have to go.
Yeah.
That's why I like being close, but when you can't, that's why you don't let your, that's why like, if we're here, I want to make sure we're shoulder to shoulder or barely in front of each other. Because the moment you turn that fucking barrel and I'm here, all day. Okay? I don't want to get shot in the back of the head. I know y'all don't want to get shot in the back of the head. So you have to control your pace. So if you're in front of me somehow and you're like blowing by me, slow down, let me catch up. Or if I'm fucking blowing by you, like I'll register, right? So like if I'm walking and you're just now turning the corner, I'm gonna slow down, and then once you catch up, I'm gonna continue. Okay, but that's pace and tempo you have.
Because he doesn't want to get shot, so he's staying next to you. He's not gonna lead you.
So that's why I'm big on like when you take that corner, it's ideally when you punch that corner, you're shoulder to shoulder. That way I don't have to slow down or change my tempo. You're just able to flow in.
What is, as we're like pushing in on this side, and then they do the same thing on that side, but there's more guys.
Make an engagement.
I'm good.
So, if you guys are all strong-walled, right? So say for example, unless it's like, if it's the exact same time.
That's what I was thinking.
Like if you guys,
and they're ready and we're ready.
Yeah, the chances of that happening are so far, because you literally like to a split second are coming around the corner at the exact same time. Both of you are gonna either get probably fucking nervous, make some engagements, but then pull back, or find a room, get into, and then once you get into a room and get your bearings about you, keep hopping rooms, right? Don't stay in that room long. You're gonna take a few hits, like someone's gonna get shot. Airsoft dudes are not, they're just gonna be like the whole time.
And say we're in that situation and we fall back into a room, say it's a smaller room than this, and there's multiples coming around. Does one person stay at the inside of the door while the other clears the room, or?
Nah, so everybody will clear the room. Whoever the last person is in the room,
question.
We'll take security, right? So like, if I'm last man in the room, so you go in the room, and then you go in the room, and then you go in the room. All right, cool. You guys have all cleared effectively, right? So now as I'm here, I'm just gonna turn around. Because I'm last man, I can't just leave it unsecured. So last man's gonna pull security. Once they breach this shit, good luck, right? It's just a fight. There's nothing you can do about it. You're just gonna have to get into it. But the chances of them pushing at the same time because they know you're here, the chances of that happening, like CQB sucks, but already like knowing somebody's in the room and knowing that it's a bigger force, like 4 against 6, and we're expecting you now, like you don't get surprise coming into the room anymore. You don't get it. So we're just waiting. I wouldn't take that chance. I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'll find another way around. Unless I know for a fact I can win that fight. Like if it's 3 against 8, I'm taking that. But if it's like 4 against 6, those odds the numbers aren't enough for me to take that chance. Right? Because like if I'm stacked here and we know someone's right there, we just started getting shot at by them. We came in here to protect ourselves. We know they're advancing. Dude, fuck, I'm gonna stay in here. Someone's gonna fortify. The moment one person walks in, pop, 2. All right, cool. Yeah, I might be done, but now you're shooting. And then fuck, all right, there's 2 down now. 3rd person walks in. All right, well now you shot him. 4th person walks in. Now 4th person fucking shot. 5th person might pick you up. You start getting shot. Well now you're shooting at them. Everything, and it's just like
You want an angle of fire for each individual station to be on this fucking door here at all times.
Because that's the only place that they can. In these rooms, there's only one way in. Like it's not like a big startle room, at least in the hospital. In the other rooms, like you've got like
dormitory
rooms,
style,
right? So you can, but regardless, like if I know where you're coming from, the chances of you beating me in that room, even outnumbered, are slim. It's just not gonna happen, especially because most dudes don't know how to walk in a hospital. So you're just gonna hear clicks. You're gonna hear kit. BBs are fucking jingling. Like jump, do a jump, just jump right now. You know how fucking loud that is?
Yep.
I'm gonna hear that shit a mile away. All right, cool. As soon as he sees, all right, cool. Somebody give me a 67.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna wait for that motherfucker to pop. Once it pops, all right, well, I'll figure out what's out there now. But like, I will not take that fight. Like, I'm not just gonna duke it out in a hallway if it happens to be the exact same time. But that situation is so rare, right? Because
fucking stars have to align for that shit.
like, you're gonna come around the corner, and either you're gonna be beat, or you're gonna be around the corner, and then they're gonna pull their corner, and you're gonna beat them. But the odds, literally, the even within like a fucking second of each other is gonna be super rare. It's not often that happens. And I mean, even if it does, like, there's ways to get through that engagement. But in this situation, like, knowing that people are just gonna spray and pray, and you gotta hope that people call their hits, don't give them the opportunity. Pull into a room, fortify the room, get an EG67 ready to walk out. Once you hear some shit, throw it. Once you throw the 67, dude, you're gonna throw it. Dudes are gonna scatter because they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, grenade!" Right? Once you throw it, dude, follow. Bop, 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 bop. That way you can get like some sort of a visual of like, okay, well that's fucking.
Even if you shot at nothing,
right.
Whoever was there is gonna duck back.
Yeah. And then you can like, you throw it. As soon as you throw it, you follow. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, and then you can fucking walk it out, and then you can start picking that ground back up. Right? Don't let them completely just dominate. Like, don't be sitting in this room like, oh my god, I'm fucking terrified. Like, pick your angles, make them work for it. If they fucking kill all of you, then they do, right? But if you pick your spots right, you're able to aggress the door correctly, pull into the hallway, pull that security. If you're able to use your fragmentations right, dudes aren't gonna beat you. And fuck, like I said, you can hear dudes walking from fucking like 30, 40 steps away because they're kid slot as fuck or they're heel steppers. So they're just like curb stomping with their heels as they walk. Dudes don't know how to be quiet. If when I walk, or like when some of my dudes walk, it's fucking silent. Like, you're not gonna hear us walking down the street.
That's what gave you away.
Mm-hmm. So like I put my kit on, I'll jump and you'll hear like a fabric rustling, but you're not gonna hear BBs. You're not gonna hear my grenade dingling. My fucking weapon systems, like, I don't have metal slapping anything. Like, if I'm jumping.
Yep.
And that's like, I've got weapons, man. Like, shit just. Like, you hear my feet. You're not gonna hear much.
Everything that's in there.
So that's like, I mean, you're not really jumping, but like walking it out, right? So if I'm here and I'm fucking looking, a lot of dudes are gonna be like this. So you're gonna hear fucking heels.
Yep. That's what I listen for. That's what I listen for.
I drag, right? But I don't drag where it's inaudible. Like, I'm not like, right? I'm barely gonna lift my foot.
What also gives people away is stepping on them BBs.
That too. And that's why, so, as much as I love these, if I know I'm in a mass CQB environment, I'm probably gonna wear Vans. Or like my 510s, Ultimas, right? Like that, because it's just, there's nothing that is going to keep a BB like in my, because that shit, oh dude,
it's not gonna get
like a BB gets lodged in here, and every time you try to take a step,
Yep.
you're like, oh,
bitch fucking comes
god
out,
damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're like, shit. And then dudes will step on BBs all the fucking time. Fucking, you got dudes walking around, like, I heard a dude walking around earlier, just fucking every mag was like, because he's got the high caps, but they're not like wound yet. So
Yeah.
he's just all fucking walking Morocco. That stuff will get you fucking hemmed up. Like, that's not good. Because if I hear that coming around a corner, I know you're there. There's nothing you can do to keep me from absolutely annihilating me. Because I will throw like 467s around the corner. And not care.
If you're trying to listen to people or whatever, just get everybody's attention. Be like, hey.
Yeah, so
Point, plug, ear.
if I'm here and I fucking hear some shit, I'll tap somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Be silent. Let some motherfuckers know. Listen.
Because I don't want to. I'm not trying to do this.
Correct.
Because then they're like, well, I'll be like this,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna be like, you're just gonna look, and I'm gonna be like, and I'll point.
Yep.
So if I'm here,
Yep.
and you're gonna know, oh fuck, he hears somebody down the fucking hallway.
Yep.
And then just
So one of two things is gonna happen.
Yep.
We're either gonna try to take it, or we're gonna frag it. Right?
when in doubt, frag out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't know how many people are there, but I can audibly hear things, it's probably more than one.
Yep.
Either that, or it's one person really dicked up. Either way, right? If we can, fucking send it, right? So throw a frag. So he'll throw the frag out, and then once it blows, I'll be the first one to follow, just because I'm here. So I'll button hook this fucking corner, and I'll take it. If we're not wanting the frag, we're just like, hey, is it worth a fucking frag? I'm gonna get a non-verbal cue. So if it's a fucking frag, he'll pull it, and he'll show it to me, and then he'll fucking pull it back, pull the pin, and then toss it. But as long, like, so go hold it out like you're holding a frag. He'll know, okay, no frag. He'll put that frag away, and he'll pull his firearm out, and we'll get ready to go. But it's all on my command, right? So if he holds that frag, then he'll pull it, throw it, boom, and then I'll go, right? But if it's a fucking wave, no, put the frag away, and then you get ready to address the hallway. And then at that point, it'll be kind of deciding who wants to exit first. And that's not a hard decision to make, right? Who's got the easiest exit?
Would you mind showing them the boys punch out?
Yeah. So, let's see. Let me see your weapon. So, punching out, super simple, right? So regardless on whether you're in a, whatever compression you want to be in, right? Like you've got your options. But a punch out is going to be your front hand. Your front hand, if you're fighting, it's like you're throwing a jab, right? And what you're going to try to do is like, you're going to throw your front hand out and allow your rear hand to control, right? So you need to clear your garment, right? Because a lot of you guys have crazy shit on your kit. People have GP pouches fucking all over the place. So what you need to do is if you're here, you're going to punch it. Once my fucking buttstock has cleared a lot of my garment, I'm going to suck it back in. Now obviously that's dramatic because I don't want to go that far, right? But like this rear hand, like I'm so used to knowing where this comes, like this feeling, I will never forget it. So it's like a muscle memory thing because I just repeat it so much, right? So if I come here, like I'll never fuck up a punch, right? Even at worst, I'm like a little high on the collar, but for the most part, I'm in the same fucking spot. Everything, like not much of it changes for me, right? So then now you try to do it violently. You come here, you're like, and you're ready to fuck somebody's day. Okay, same thing if I'm doing this. This one's a little bit easier because there's a lot less garment to clear, right? Because maybe a push to talk, but
like this,
really, like, you know what I mean? Fucking a camel back open, none of that really is gonna hang you up. So this one's easier to punch out from. But it's the same thing. That front hand's gonna go as a jab. It's gonna come straight out. Once you've cleared, pull yourself back in. And as you're throwing that hand out, safety finger fire, right? So like as I'm making this movement, I'm ready to fucking go. Bang, 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 right? Same thing with fucking this one. As I come out, I'm on fire. I'm gonna make my engagement because I don't need to pick it up, right? If I'm here and I just start firing as I seat in, that's fine. Okay, but that's how that works every time. So if I'm here, right, same thing. If I come here,
alright, here we go.
it's not a hard concept. It's a repetitive one that you have to get down. Once muscle memory enacts, you're good. And sometimes you're gonna make that mistake, right? Like I just messed up. It happens. You just have to understand, like, pull it out, clear your garment, right? Like if you get stuck here, or if you have a pouch here like he's got, and you're in a fucking low, and you try to get it and it snags, now what? Because as you're doing it, you're committing to a corner. So if I try to come here and I can't get my weapons, I'm already exposed. So that's where you gotta like really unfuck your kit, right? So if your kit's giving you snag hazards, there's a problem, right? So try it. So go into a compress. So
you too, both of you.
Compress, you'll be here, and then when you punch out, you're gonna throw that hand. You see, fucking it's tricky, right? And that's why I hate 1 points. I always go with a 2 point, and I'll just wrap my arm out. Right,
That's why I keep my 1 point on the butt, and I keep it right here. It's up right here.
Yeah. Once you push, suck it back in, back into the shoulder. So you don't have to clear it that far, right? Don't move your shoulder. Throw it out, clear it, pull it back. Now you can make your engagements. If you have to pull it higher, you're wearing a kit, so you can get your eye line in, whatever the case is. Right, but you have a shot. So really, do point that direction, pull the trigger, you're fine. But that's all it is. It's a quick little fucking out of your armpit, back into your armpit. That's it. Same thing for you. So you're just gonna come out of your armpit with your arm. Right. So if you're here, you're gonna pull out, back it. You have to suck it back in. There you go. Right. So, but I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Chicken wing.
Chicken wing is not, because this dude, you're like way out here, right?
So
Keep them
Chicken wing,
shit
trying to walk through that doorway. Get them birds out there like you got some flats. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna commit to that corner and you're gonna knock that bitch and you're not gonna be laughing.
Or it's the wrong elbow sticking out and I shot your arm off.
Keep that shit tucked. And that, like this one, I mean, whatever, dude. You're out there fucking like. I wouldn't, but if that's what you do, is what you do.
I normally underneath.
I'm literally, I'm like this,
Yep,
or I'm like that.
C-clamp.
Like, I'll try to bend it like down.
Exactly.
Over fucking like this. I can't even like it's so uncomfortable for me to do this shit. There you go. Right. So now you just lock it.
Thumb up top.
So what I do, I'm gonna pull this glove off real quick. All right. So what I do, grab it. Right about there. Yep. So like, put your fingers at a fucking weird angle. I wouldn't ever really grab this on a firearm, but because it's fucking airsoft. Like it's whatever. Right?
Yep.
Now, if this is comfortable for you, like I hate it. I'm always gonna judge people that fucking just grab that. It's weird to me. But if it's what you do, I'm not gonna hate you for it because you just.
What I would do with this guy is this.
That's how I do it. That's how
because I'm putting my pressure here. My thumb is where I'm pointing, and this guy is gonna stay as tucked in as I can. Never out, never out. Always in. He says present your plates, so don't.
Yeah, as forward as I can walk, like as squared up to you as I can walk that. So if I'm walking, I'm not trying to walk like sideways.
You can hit him in the ribs.
Right? I'm trying to walk here.
Present your plates.
And the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm not this guy.
You're shot in the neck.
I'm not here because you'll take a fucking route like that shit hurts.
Yep.
I'm like upright, as upright as I can get. And if you ever if you ever look at my marking team, dude, I've got like a 2-inch riser. That way I don't have to do this to find it. I literally will walk like this, and I will beat everybody at it. Right? But notice, like I'm here, I'm hooked, right? But am I overexposing my shoulder? Because you're like this, and like. If I'm here, right, and is my elbow past my shoulder, relatively in line, if I can, sometimes I'll go like that, but as long as I'm around here somewhere, I'm good. You'll never see me. If you see me do this shit, something is massively, like, I'm fucked up somewhere.
Might be leaning on the wall, I'll give away with that. If you're leaning on the wall, that's fine.
Like this, it might be heavy. I don't know, if I'm carrying like my machine gun, I'm not worried about it, right? But like for the most part, I'm here. Because the moment I overexpose you, this thing gets you so fucked up because your goal is to be able to fit as many people in a doorway as possible. Like when you're doing, like when you're in. So if I'm here and I'm taking up all this space, right? But now what happens if I'm here and I'm sucked in and I want to go around the corner? Can he fit? Right? So now if we have to take the corners simultaneously, can he fit? Right? Well, if you're fucking chicken wing, he's not gonna get in there. Right. See, that's kind of the idea of keeping it tight. And if I'm walking down a hallway, right? So come out here. If I'm walking down a hallway, like I'm not trying to bump into this shit every couple of steps. One, because it's fucking hard, right? But then, if I can get stuck in, I'm now controlling my angle.
It allows you to be tighter to the wall.
Right. So now I'm tighter to the wall. Because normally I'm 2 feet off the wall. Because bullets can go through walls. BBs can't. So I'm not worried about it. So I'll suck into this fucking wall. As long as I'm not doing this, like I'll come off the wall and I'll just walk. Right? Because now, how hard is it for that person that's maybe pulling the corner to see? He's not going to see me until it's too late. Because now I'm here. I'm like, oh fuck, door. Alright. And then I'll just continue my movement. I understand. You guys see me do some weird shit. It doesn't mean you do it. I just got a lot of practice in it. I will clear a room like this. I understand that I don't have to control recoil here. I don't have a glass blowback. So I will literally walk in a room like this, and I'm like, ah. Okay, and then once I figure it out, then I'll represent. Right, but the faster I can get guns down the room, like I don't give a fuck if it's like this. Like, as long as you're not, like I've done this in real world. Like I've shot people like this coming into rooms because I can. I practiced it. But don't be this fucking guy that's like walking into a room like that, and then you trying to come up. Right, so if you're gonna compress it. Just don't under compress. Like this does nothing for you. Over compress, that way you can at least like have an eye line on your barrel, unless you're practicing this shit. But that's not very common, so don't do that shit. If you see me do it, ignore it. Understand I'm a trained.
Do what I say, not what I do. Do what I say, not what I do.
Once you practice it, it's your world. I'm just living it. Alright, so what I want to do is I want you guys to run through the hallway. So you're going to stay point. I want you guys alternating as second man down the hallway. not second man, but like you guys will be shoulder man. So you're gonna start here. So you're gonna stay pressed tight to the wall. We're gonna walk it that way. And I want one of you guys here. So stay in line with his shoulder. So remember, you touch shoulders. Yep. All right, walk it down in 3. Go. All right, start going wide. Slow it down. Stop. Nope, I said stop. Look at where you're at. If you're there, you kind of overexposed. Keep moving. Tell me when you see me. Stop. You're dead. Yeah. When did you see me? About the same time? Yep. Alright, so like why push out so far alone? Right, so by the time you get here, you can slow down and you'll stop.
Make sure he's at the front lead.
Right, you're gonna stop here, you're gonna be in line. Alright? And now realistically you're not gonna get that far. You'll be like, okay, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna give him my fucking nod. Alright, so stand there. Give him your nod. So wave him. Alright, once you wave back, now approach wide. So you wanna come out to like here. Walk down the hallway.
And keep going wide. Yep. Yep.
And then walk it down. And then same thing, slow it down. You've got wide security.
Then you stop. He gets to the weird corner. See, since this is a weird corner, so you're already overexposed.
That's why you have to pay a lot of attention. So like for this corner, if I'm walking here and I'm like, oh fuck, that's good, I'll stop. And then once he registers like I'm not fucking next to him,
correct.
All he's gonna do is he's just gonna wait. What I'm gonna do is like stand in your stack.
Yep.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna call what's rolling cold. Weird corner, weird corner. And then once I give him the squeeze, he better be ready because he doesn't have control anymore. So now he's just watching. He's gonna get a squeeze, go. And then I'm gonna come back wide.
See how he went? Yeah.
So that's rolling cold.
Yep.
You don't want to just hit the corner stupid wide just for nothing, right? So that's where like it's like, oh fuck, like I'm stuck. I can't overexpose here. I'm just gonna cut back into the stack at like a weird position, right? So I'm just gonna jump in on it, give him that squeeze. Once we take that corner together, he's gonna take it. As soon as he goes, now I'm going right back to going wide. There's not much change there.
Good job.
As long as you just keep rolling. Cause like now, once I'm here, I'm like, okay, fuck, like I can see down this entire hallway, so he doesn't have to slow down and stop. He can continue his movement because I've maintained control, and we're just gonna walk this whole hallway down. Right? Even if this room's here, right? So if this room is here, remember your job. Right? So you're gonna be me. So if I'm fucking here and we're stopped, I'm walking up. I'm breaking into the room. Okay, stay here. You gotta go into the room. Nope, I don't care. If you don't practice your offhand, don't switch to your offhand. Alright?
And you would go with him. Yep. Because he would need help. If he said then you were supposed to go to him for the drill, but he would need help going in.
Okay. Alright, so for these two, that's how I'm about to run with you. Alright, so let's try that.
Because technically he had somebody going with him. You know, he wasn't naked.
Right. So I'll be you. So stand back. You're gonna be there you go. So now you're jumping in. Make that squeeze. Remember, once you squeeze, he's gonna go. Keep up.
Then you go in.
As soon as I register, like,
yep.
Yo, fucking door, I'm going in.
Yep.
And you have to be on, like, that gap you just gave me,
yep.
Way too much, right? So if you were not paying attention, or if you weren't ready, so, and I'll know, right? So stack again, we're gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna be behind you, so, because this is traditionally your position, and I'll let you feel whatever it looks like. You're taking the center grip. When you come in, if you're gonna come in, you need to take your corner hard, so you need to make it, don't do this is bad. Right, because now all you're doing is not making a decision. Right, because you walk in, like, if you walk in, did you check that corner immediately?
That one.
Someone's there, right?
Which I would be there. I would be definitely right there.
You have to make that decision. So if I'm coming in, the first thing I'm doing is I'm like, okay, cool, fucking door. I'm
He's
either
clear.
Gonna beeline it and I'm gonna shoot that way.
He's clear. Your second is there.
Or I'm gonna fuck this thing. Or I'm coming here. And I'm gonna fuck, I will tear this door through. Like I will come in and once I'm here, I'm like, okay, I don't care about the door. Like my corner's fucking clear. I'm fine. But because I'm going right to this. I don't care about this other corner because you behind me are going to take care of it.
Yep.
I'm just walking. Once I'm like, okay, cool, this is clear. I'm like, okay, where am I at now? Now I'll continue to find work, right? But this doesn't take long to clear. So really, like, I'm here. The moment I walk in, I can register, there's nothing fucking there, or I shoot him, put his ass down, and then I'm here. I'm going to continue scanning, and we're all going to continue to funnel in.
Yep.
Or we're going to be like, hey, clear, and then we're going to get the fuck out. The middle of the room, if there's 3 people in the room, you just got shot by 3 people, and you help me. Alright, so we're going to do it one more time, and then we're going to go get water. Good.
Look good.
Okay. All day. And make sure, like, when it's clear, you don't have to do it now, because obviously it's a weird situation. When it's clear, just make sure you announce clear. That's it.
Yep.
Other than that, good shit, boys. That was pretty.
Thank you, Sly.
Not a lot of like ability to put it into practice at this field, but when you guys get into it, especially at Cassavac, you guys will notice like walking those long hallways, you're gonna end up using this shit a lot.
So
Not so much like the weird angles, right? But definitely like taking hallways, breaking off into rooms. You're gonna use the fuck out of that if you guys are at the hallway. So remember as much of it as you can. Use it in practice. We'll try to use it a little bit later, but go get yourself water, get ready to switch, go to your next station.
If you guys
Not getting anything too crazy, we're just going to talk about threshold today. You guys have all been through them before. I know you guys have played Milsim. This doorways, whether it's exterior or interior, get inside the room and staying alive. That's it. This is an exterior building. We're only going to touch on this briefly, guys. We're outside and you're in a stack. We're getting ready to go in. My biggest point to you is we want to get inside the building. So if you guys have been there enough while we're out there planning, next thing you know, some sneaky guy, anyone on the other team comes running around, schwacks us all standing outside the building. There's some guy in a window, something over there. So if we're outside, you want to get in. The only fundamentals I'll touch on that, you're going to have 2 dudes worried about the threshold, rest of your team in a useful position. Rear, post, rear security. If you're in the middle of the stack, is there a vertical threat, or are you watching the video? Right? Just want to make sure that someone rolls up, we're going to get eyes. That's all we'll touch on for like an exterior position. But it's probably the most useful thing. Other than that, we'll figure it out. But yeah, you see a lot of guys like videos standing around, everyone thinks they're safe, they're outside the building, trying to decide who's going in. See how someone drops a grenade from the window.
Yep.
Like, we don't want to be outside, nothing good happens.
I've done that.
So, I bet. Threshold, pieing and panning. Do you guys know what pieing and panning is? And does anyone know the difference? It's okay if you don't, right?
I'm not clear on pan.
So you guys have probably done them all a lot, right? Everyone's pied, right? It's that nice, slow, methodical. You want to get your position. So as I'm moving, I'm learning slice information about the room I'm looking into while protecting as much of myself from whatever cover it is I'm pieing around. So like I'm using my dry erase board here. This is me pieing, right? Little by little. Now I've got him, right? There, but when he sees me, all he sees is muzzle all day long. I have not overexposed myself with some dynamic threat that he knows I'm coming, anything like that. So when we're pieing, you want to stay tight. But I'm just learning information little by little. This is the room I'm coming across. Information. You guys know the difference between a center fed room and a quarter fed room? Let's go over it. Center fed room, doors in the middle.
Yep.
Right, you got dead space to the left and right. Okay. Corner fed room, doors in the corner. Very similar to this, right? You know a little bit about it already because like there's a wall there. You see a lot more corner fed rooms in life realistically than center fed in most places. But for center fed, dead space there, dead space here. As you pied, if I was stacked with my magnets. We'll go through this quick and then I'll also run it live. So I'm 1, I'm on the threshold, I'm this way. What do I know? I've got this slice of information, right? It's clear. Blue is clear, red is unknown. Dead space. That's there. That's my threat. As I start to either pie, slice, 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 slice. Right? What did I just learn about this room?
It's clear.
Quite a bit, right? I know that this might be hostile. Center fed, right? It's not, you don't have the convenience of corner bed.
Yep.
This I don't know about, and this I don't know about. I know about 80% of the room. That's a lot to know, right? So I got my teammate here. So I'm gonna clear the gate. We're gonna enter this space, right? Our work's pretty minimal, right? I'm gonna clear the gate. Half least resistance, dig these corners, check our sectors. Room's clear. Our risk is minimized. It's all about risk, right?
Yep.
The stakes are real. CQB is dangerous. Like I said, we're not gonna be dangerous. And even this, you guys wear full face, I wear full face. Like the less I know about a room, the greater my chance of getting shot in the mouth. So like, I like information. With panning, guys, a panning is a fluid motion across the threshold. You do not stop. With pieing, taking piece by piece, you're working your way around. If you engage a threat, I put them in the middle of the room to make it simple. You know what I'm saying? As I pan, bang, 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 I continue my part. I do not stop because I found somebody in a pieing and panning type motion. There are different entries we'll get to, but for that, I'm just panning. If I engage, shoot. Maybe I hit him, maybe I didn't. When I engage, my 2-man knows that I engaged. They're gonna pop out, get a rifle in this room, take that space. More likely, I'm hitting my target because we're all that good, right? So he's dead. But I'm just kind of, 2 is owning that space that I just took. So now not only do I know a lot about this room, I know I got a rifle, like in the door like this way. I'm not stepping into the middle of the room here, but I'm, you know, taking the corner. It's the only time 2's gonna make moves for us. So I'm panning. So there we're crisscross, then we'll make our entry. That's just if you find the threat. Pan, you just keep moving, even if you shoot. Boom, 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 keep going. You clear on that? The questions? Yep. With a pie, you're gonna smoke him, and then I'm gonna continue my work.
Yep.
Make sense?
Yep.
So with a pan, I'm boom, 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 and I'm to my threshold. All we know is I drop that guy, there's a dead person in the room. They got a gun that way. I've checked this way, pretty secure. All we still don't know is the same thing we know before. 2 little slivers, right? I know a lot. Either I'm gonna clear the gate for them to go to this corner, and I'm going first, doesn't matter. We're both going to our corners to dig them, that's what we don't know. Questions? Good? It's probably my favorite, you're gonna see, right? A lot more blue on this section than the others will cover, right?
Right.
You know a lot about a room. Never approach, common virtue, clean what you kill. So whether I'm panning or pieing, I'll find my threat, right? I've learned stuff along, we've got the same info, right? I don't know what's here, I've learned this is here. Threat, I've engaged. But instead of stopping at the threshold like I would with a pie, or panning to my next spot like I would with a pan, I'm gonna clean what I kill. I'm entering this space. I've engaged, I found a threat, I'm going in, right? These techniques you kind of want to work out beforehand with your team. You kind of know, you guys, the more you learn together, you know what you like.
Sorry. As soon as you hit that target, you're going straight in. You're not going to finish that.
That's your breach, right? So if you're just doing pieing and panning, doesn't matter what you find, you're going to stay outside until you got all the info. Maybe you're pressed for time. Maybe it's a hostage rescue. Maybe it's this, maybe it's a VIP. Maybe there's a reason you don't have time.
Under fire.
You know what I'm saying? There could be some, maybe you got other guys coming down the hallway. You need to get to like this, you need this room for whatever reason. So you're going to get as much information as you can. Maybe the threat's there, right? You're going to get it. When you get that threat, engage that threat, you're going. And then no matter which direction you decide to go, once you've engaged your threat, your 2 is going to go like the other. Make sense? I mean, this threat could very well be here. Bang! I'm in. Right? Now 1's going to choose which way they go. We're going to get to choices in a second, but they're in, and it's 2 because you gave them authorization. Once you give them that squeeze, they're choosing what they want to do. You'll kind of know as you kind of learn to play together. So you're prepared, right? So if they're boom, 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 and they're in, you're following 1. Like you already know. He goes this way, you're going that way. That's just it. But that's just a clean and kill your approach. You guys that might just be your style of play. I mean, the name says it all, right? You guys are up tempo, maybe you're QRF, maybe you're there. I don't have time to be dicking around the hallways. I'm willing to take a certain element of risk for speed. In most rooms, guys, that's small, you're gonna find 0 to like 2 people tops. It is rare you're gonna find a room that's like 9 by 9, like it's a whole squad in there, right? Those are warehouses, it's a different approach, right?
Grenade.
Yeah. So the other question would be, what happens when I pie or pan and number 1 gets shot?
Would you step short up?
Throw a grenade in there.
I would not step right up.
I would throw a grenade in
That's
there.
an answer, right? It's risky. One, if you got frags, that's a great time to make sure it's your highest chance of not wasting $9.
Yep.
You don't know how many people he's got shot from. You don't know much. What you know is this room actually has a threat in there.
Yep.
That's a key opportunity to toss a frag. Kill radius is 15 feet at Cassavac. This 10 is 9 feet.
Yep.
It's a big space, right? You frag a room, lights out. What you're doing there is I would not rush to action though. You're saying, I think it is your responsibility. Do you have reinforcements with you? Are you one guy? Are you alone? Like what's going on? Basically restart. At that point, I'd probably resort to a pie. If I was just BB gun wars, I'm like, I gotta get this guy and heal my teammate. I'm gonna resort to real tactics. I'm gonna try to pie and get my space. I know he's in there, so I'm gonna try to like
find the engagement
as safe as I can, right? It's not a great situation. He's probably behind cover or something. You may get clicked. Either you leave your guy dead and you move on, so you can find someone else to come back. You could do this. I'll be right back. Hey guys, this motherfucker's in this room.
Yep.
So like, that's not a coward tactic. He's just bleeding out. Like he's got time.
Yep.
Like he's not actually bleeding out. He has 3 minutes.
He has unlimited minutes if he wants to.
Yeah,
you can stay there.
Time. You can bleed out for 15, 20 minutes.
Yes.
You're waiting to be healed.
Yep.
Like they don't kill you. No one's really enforcing.
Yeah.
Like I've sat somewhere because the respawn's fucking far away, and I've got friendly elements and a firefighter here. I'll sit right under that tree.
Just wait.
And watch. Maybe take some pictures.
Yep.
And then hope that they can heal me up and I can get back in the fight.
Instead of walking all the way back.
So you have choices if you get smoked, right? I can get in this gunfight. I don't know much. I'm not just gonna like leave. Like, but what's my objective as well, right? Like, am I just trying to clear these rooms? Are we trying to get somewhere? Is this sacrifice for not? Like, but you choose to get in that gun war. Ideally, I'm carrying a lot of frags at Cassavac. I don't throw them in rooms. I'm not big into dynamic entries in Airsoft where I'm just throwing them into rooms arbitrarily. That's $9. So like, in that choice though, with that one, when you know someone's in there, like, come on, man, I'll throw 2 if I got to.
Yep.
Bang, bang.
I know you in there, bitch. Yep.
Let's get it for the gram before I kill him again.
Yep.
So that's clean what you kill. Questions about it? It's pretty much using the same method, but when you make contact and you engage the target, then you're in the room.
That's it. You're going.
There's a risk involved. Obviously, you don't know what's in the rest of the room. Now, if you're one man, you engage. Are you going to choose the tiny threat that might be there, or are you going to go to the space with the greater threat and leave your boy?
I'm going over there.
I'm 10 times out of 10, I'm gonna pick the space that I don't know about because I'm already like centered in the room. So even as I come and I get my muzzle this way, almost like a pie, as I'm checking this corner, I'm gonna seal out as I sweep in, which just leaves them to flood in right behind me and get to there.
Yep.
So mitigating risk. Center check, guys, is just another style that you as a team could run. Maybe time is pressed. You're just gonna like pan or pie until you get to the middle of a door. No matter what you see, if you engage or not, you're going in. So you're just kind of picking up as much information as you can, but then you're clearing rooms. It's part of like a deliberate dynamic entry.
So this is basically what we were training earlier. Once we get our information, we're going in.
So it's a little different. So like that would be what we planned a lot at other practices, would be like you're just like stacked. All you know is this.
Yep.
And you're going in. Center check's a little different because I'm going to take a moment to either pie or pan to the middle of the doorway. So like rather than knowing nothing about it, I can learn like half the room.
Yep, I got you.
And then I'm going to choose what entrance I want to go into. And then my teammate will follow. So center check is slightly different than what we jumped ahead and we started doing here. We're just stepping up and like doing dynamic breaches, going in completely blind, 4 people going to shit.
Yep.
All you know is this.
Yep.
So question about center check, basically doing the same power pan, but you know you're going once you like middle of the threshold. So you basically check the center of the door and then you're entering. Again, you're mitigating your risk, you're learning a little, then you're going in. Maybe it's time sensitive, same time. Or you're in a building where you're not even clearing like 300 rooms in a hospital and you ain't found dick. So like, why waste the time, right?
Right, go right to
center
the
check
center.
To keep myself safe.
Yep.
But I learned a little, I didn't see anyone in there, I'm gonna go in and check it out, we'll get out. These are deliberate entries, guys. They're called deliberate. We had a plan, we execute, right? There's a mythology behind them. Dynamic entry is more what we've practiced in the past, where you stack up on a room, limited information, and we're breaching this space. In real world, flashbangs, breacher bars, all the crazy distraction devices to help like get you that edge is what you'll see a lot with them. Because running into a BB storm, you know this, you know nothing else, right? So someone's in there probably getting shot, right? Until you get to the point where you're just really, really, really good, like they do in the real world all the time. But you know, you see SWAT, they're throwing frags or flashes,
of
right?
course.
Thunder crashes. We don't always have it. And so running in a room this way, you got 2 choices, right? Stacking and breaching. You can use path of least resistance, which means one's just gonna go to their path of least resistance, which will leave 2 to button hook back to their set. So you dig your corners, check up the room, scan across. If the threat's standing in the middle of the room in this application, like they are now, I'm digging my corner. This guy's button hooking around. Then we're up to this corner, and then we're scanning in. That's a lot of movement.
Yep.
Before we even know like he's
engaged.
in the room.
Yep.
Right? Versus if we'd done any of these other methods, like for the same threat of standing in the room, we've cleared him. Like if he was anywhere in the space, it's cleared, right? So it's just a lot of unknown. So that's if one wants to do piece. The other one is number one could choose for whatever reason what they know. They're gonna button hook. Maybe it's a corner fed room, so they already know there's a wall there. So their method is gonna be to button hook this, and then you're gonna come to this corner and clear. Button hook, effective, but the slowest method of all. You set a stopwatch to it, it's like double, no matter how fast you are. So the button hook has its place and it has its time. Some people like the button hook, but I will tell you, like hitting this versus hitting this, always be faster. This is my favorite method for almost like anything. You can learn to do this very fast. Like if Sly or whatever was over here, like his pie probably looks like my fan, right? Quick. They're clear, they're in, boom, boom, boom. But you can see less risk, right? So the least casualties you take longer will stay on the field and play. Like we want them to die, not us. So, any questions? Nothing? You guys ready to run it? Let's go. Who wants to be the demo for pieing and panning? Who wants to show us the ways?
I'm the cameraman today. If I need to stack in, I will.
You're recorded, great. I don't care. Go ahead. And there's nothing wrong. So like, just set up on your wall. It's going to show us a pie. First, just pie this threshold. Now guys, his footwork's pretty good, right? So as he's coming around this threshold, he's away from the threshold. He's got that threshold for cover. He's taking it slice by slice. Good move, right? The only critique I have at the very end, even though you already checked that corner, don't have your muzzle reach the threshold. You stopped. You just go back to where you were. You stopped. Your gun was here.
The barrel might be
just a bad habit. So, just don't break it. It's a bad habit. It's okay here you checked it, but like bad habit to form. So as your movement comes, you let this kind of dictate how far you slid. I would just slide to here where you're enough back here. Also, the further back you're here, I want you to look at the difference between you're slicing this pie like down, so there's less. So you're killing that dead space even more. Okay. So when you're here, you'd be like back here. Okay. The only thing you haven't learned about this room is what's in this corner. Right. You saw all of it. Right. Me as your teammate, I'm here. Who goes first? Me? Yes, sir. Why?
Because that's the only corner we don't
Yeah.
have.
Who can get there faster? Me. Yeah. What method are you going to use? To breach. Yeah, path least resistance. If I went in, I'm gonna have to do what?
Button hook.
Button hook is slower. So go ahead, right? So I'm gonna clear you. You're in. Now come back out. Actually, we'll do it from the inside out. Come in here.
Go.
Go there. Alright, good. I'll clear you. Yeah, just go. So we're there, right? I come back in. Now you clear me. Slower. So that's how I was like, I don't care how fast, I don't care who fast, like they will be slower button hooking than they will up there. Also the problem with that is isn't button hooking if he is there and he starts schwacking me up. I'm now a gigantic meat shield.
Yep.
He's in this corner, there's BBs flying in his direction. Is it more likely he's gonna be able to engage that guy? Or is it more likely he's gonna get hit as well? We both got killed. Button hook has its place. So there's time, like if you can set up a path of least resistance, chance to survive the time. All right, let's get two guys on.
Contact!
Get your stack, use your non-verbals. Give him the squeeze, I like the glove.
That means he's good.
All right, come on back out. Do you guys play together often?
We do,
It's not CQB, right?
When
So
he,
it shows, right? So we're
when
talking
he
about
was
you guys
there high ready and he gave you the nod,
You guys are like,
you nod back. You nod back because that's he's high and ready. You're both high and ready. He said yep. You say yep. You go.
so for me, the moment my teammate looks that rifle out of the way, like we're set, right? We're both set. Yeah. So that comes up, I'm going, right? You're gonna learn as a team, right, a lot about this. Like I'm gonna know, I might not even nod him. He should be ready because I've already done my work, right? He's two. Everything he does is off of me. So if I panned or hide across the door, we're here, I don't have to nod to you. If I nod to you, you're failing, right?
Right.
So I'm here. So my action is gonna determine what happens next. If my muzzle goes up, it means you go. Right? Technically at this point, you shouldn't even have like your gun pointed because my next motion might be through the door. You might like already be up. Like if I'm like two, like my guy's doing pie work, I'm being ready, but I'm not gonna be like lasering him with my gun. So if my next motion, I've read this room, is to hit my path least resistance, you're just going off my action. So like we could spend time out here giving the nod. There's nothing wrong with it. But as you guys get more comfortable with each other, like by the end of Cassavac,
We'll just know.
So if both of you are at the door and you're both high ready, you both know you don't really need to nod unless you're gonna say, I'm going, because I got the most work to do. You go there, I'll go here, I got more work.
Yeah, so we're gonna just be on two for a second.
Whoever pies is
Just
the first
about.
one to do it.
Just about. So like, we'll just go, right? Let's just pretend I'm paying. Because you're already focusing on my action.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with me if I came out and I just gave you like a check to make sure you're good. There you go.
Make sure you're paying attention.
If I raise my rifle, that is my nonverbal that I know everything about this.
Yep.
This is me telling you that you are the best course to go. Now, you could choose to do whatever entry you want, right? Maybe I sent you to your death, right?
Right.
But you should assume that that's the dead space. So a button hook is what I'm sending you into, ideally. I've already learned a lot. By me doing this, kind of a dick move. But it's not wrong, because I'm like, oh, you'll kill him, right? You're button. In theory, this guy should go first because he does. But if I put that's you going, right? You're going to button hook, and then I'm going to come in like after you. But from a team standpoint, I'm setting you up for a little bit of a challenge, right? Center fed room's totally different. There's a lot of space on both sides. In the end, I still would prefer to take the path of least resistance for myself so that my teammate also takes the path of least resistance. I'm not letting you choose, right? I'm going to dictate your movement by making my movement. Because unless I button hook, you're not going to button hook. If I enter the room, no matter what room it is, if I go this way, you're going to go that way. So pressure's a lot on one. One is never wrong, but you're always going to go off of that. As you get better in the one position, you'll set your team up for more success. You're making all the choices. Man, we might get here and I saw something, and I'm going to give you the boom sound. I want something to practice.
That's the banger.
Later, right?
Yep.
That's party. Or if this was a door, I'm like, I want a hard breach.
Yeah, hard breach.
Smash this thing.
Hard
It's all
breach.
like stuff down the road, but like one has a lot of decisions to make based on one thing. You don't have to buy and pan, but I have learned so much more about how to keep my team alive by buying this door or panning this doorway.
Correct.
If we just stack there and like, let's go.
Correct.
Like if I stick bodies in here, right? I've got to get in and react. And in Airsoft, no one's asleep. No one's watching TV.
They're in the corner.
They're in a corner behind a desk. It's already hard enough to clear rooms. What I will tell you is if these guys get smoked, we all keep flooding in. It's up to you, right? See all the time. Some teams will push. All 8 people in here. All 80 you dead.
Yep.
It's a decision. It's okay because you're just like trying to get to the part, trying to get them. But again, I would say like we can bang that room out. Like,
Yep.
threats in Airsoft, it kind of varies from what you might do. There's no need to kill everybody. I can stop, assess the threat, decide the best way to clear this space that will allow me to then res my teammates, and we can keep moving. Versus if we're all just like, I gotta go. Like when BB's fly, you know BB's going, you're good, right? It's all get in there. Well, if you start hearing like crazy engagements, what's the one thing you're waiting for BB's? What's the one thing you're waiting to get? What do we all say when we catch a round?
Fuck.
It's either curse or hit, right? You're gonna know when your teammates are getting hit. Hit, 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 hit. That's the indicator. Like gunfire won't really help you. Gunfire is get in the room, right? You start hearing all your boys right here, hit, 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 and this starts funneling, everyone's stopping. Like there's no need for the rest of you to try to push in there like this. Let's reassess, perfect time for banging.
It was a failure. Start over with a bang.
Yeah, dynamic reaching instead.
Yeah.
Because we know that there's something, so we did learn what's in the room.
Yep.
But yeah, so.
The hard way.
Let's get you guys on the door. Just to see it once, then we'll split up and use 2 doors. You guys will find yourself in smaller units a lot, even when you're pushing. Like, there's probably like 2 guys in a room. 2 people in a room. I apologize, no disrespect intended. Choose higher pan.
Higher pan. It's your choice. There's no wrong choice. High.
Whatever you're comfortable with, really. So, like, there are times for both, right? So if I think there's someone in the room, if I really like think it's hostile, I might high to mitigate my risk.
Okay.
Right, you can go left or you can go right. But I think there's contact, right? A little more methodical and trying to stay alive. Like move through hallways.
The reason why he touched back to you is what we last time we were here, whatnot. The first man will go like this or whatever to let you know, and then you do the same backwards, and then it'll come back, and then when you touch him, it's go time. So he's basically saying, I'm ready, you ready? Okay, well, I'm gonna wait until I get that bump. You motherfuckers ain't bumped me yet, then what the fuck? Okay, there's the bump.
You're gonna step away from the threshold to give like an arc, like a semicircle around the door. I'm gonna fluidly move from one spot to the next. So when you arrive here, your barrel is not breaking the threshold. Your gun is this way. All you're not gonna know about this space is what's the next one. take a step back. So your barrel does not break the threshold.
Right. Yeah.
Just a habit form. That barrel's messing everybody up.
Miss?
So you might be like, why? Let's just take this room, for example. That's a doorway. I don't know what's back there. But if this guy heard whatever, he just happened to walk around the corner, right? You can't. He didn't see you. He didn't hear the muzzle up. He got shows up. You feel something in the door. Yeah, you can see the barrel. Yeah, so if you're back, he still doesn't know you're there. Now, when you're going to enter the room next, someone's going to try to engage you. Just set yourself here. You're going to enter the room first. You want to take your corner, right? Face yourself down. So your target right now is here. We're going to pretend you're not invisible. Yeah, so you know why. It's not just because I might run in the corner. These are your spaces of unknown. You saw the whole room. No one there, no one there, no one there, no one there. All you don't know. So if you can get there faster, you can. So you're going to go ahead, push that one. Exactly. Got it? Comfortable with it?
Yep. You did the right thing in stopping at the door because you got a new entry, so you got to reassess that. And he would come. He would come to this door, reassess this door, and you guys would talk, look at each other, either restack. Other guys come in. If it's just you two, you guys got to, you know what I mean? Either decide to work together or wrap around.
Okay. Okay. So you use this door. Rugor, we keep on some of your groups. It's hard to like watch. I want to make sure everyone gets time going, but I can't watch it. So I would say you guys, you can either watch this entry so you can see what it looks like from the inside.
Right, yeah.
So what I would tell you, you'll go the opposite direction.
Okay.
So like this would be your workspace. You don't even have to really over penetrate. Like when you come in a room, you could just come, you want to clear this door, but you can even come to like here. So you got an eye on this door. He's getting his little second scan. You just want to go the opposite direction. Wherever you're behind, you're going opposite. I thought you were going to go the right way, and then you're like, wait, I got to go.
Yeah.
I hit Justin.
So there you go. So you've got an eye on that doorway. He's got here. You guys will have to work out what direction you're going next.
Yeah.
Whoever point man, he might pull you off or something like that.
Yep.
You guys see, so if you have threats in here, when you pan, bang, 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 now I can't move. Right? So I shot, but now he doesn't have eyes. Clean with catcher's clean. Bang, bang, bang. I'm in. I chose this way because I already saw that there's nothing this way. Center check. Doesn't matter if there's anyone in the room. Make sense?
Yep.
So we're on the board, right? No wrong choice. But if you're going to run center checks and it's faster, that's the kind of like let your teammate like center check the hallway. So that way, you know, like each room, she's not like waiting for you to pan across. Like your teammate, they might, if you're panning everything, and then all of a sudden you like center check without it, they may not be ready. Because they thought no matter, even if you engage, they had time for you to set up here. So if you switch tactics, it will work as you get higher level, because I'm just going to read off what he does. But overall, if you pan every room and then you go, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It all comes to like level who you're playing with. If you're playing with like random server, sometimes it's easier just to stick to like a tactic for like a certain area.
Okay.
That way, from like, this catch will be clean. There's one like a lot of guys will go to because like if I see something, we're going.
Okay.
But if not, we'll stay outside.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's up to you guys. There's no wrong answer. You guys want to take that doorway? Keep moving through the house. Same tactics. You guys can take this doorway. When you guys see each other, instead of them hostile, just go bang. Guys, I'm coming to you next.
Do we move this
You go
way?
that way.
That way?
You go that
Yep.
way.
Because I don't know this way.
Correct.
Okay.
You want to redo
So
that?
yep,
Yeah.
go back.
I'm not. Right on that. Go ahead. Go across.
Okay. See that?
Well, I figured everyone was clear. See that? So I was out in the
It's good. Come all the way over here.
All the way over.
Yep.
And do I stop here or do I keep moving
You
because
take-
we don't know it yet?
So, yeah. Since you're clear here,
Right.
so you're coming in.
Go. I have to do two choices.
You're coming in, and your job is, because when you panned, you checked everything here, so you know you're good.
The door, YE.
If it is there, But what the move should be, what you guys did right. You go in here, that corner's clear. He's going there, that corner's clear. He's gonna go to the door frame. You're gonna be right, by the time he gets to that door frame, you wanna make sure he's not exposed. So you gotta be working, you know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, he's going there, so I gotta be here to protect him. You know what I'm saying? So if he was the first person there, by the time they go to line him up, you got the shot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then after you get this guy.
Do I stay here watching this while he wraps around?
Until clear. Yep, until clear. That's clear. Then you go ahead and come up from here to here. I wouldn't go straight in. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely pan. Because this one's a quick one. I would be like, oh shit, what's here? I got my info. Now reset. Now I need a pie. All right, I got a button hook. So that means whoever's behind me is checking there. Because I got a button hook right here. So that means you guys flood in.
You want to run through the whole thing without stopping?
Just do
Or do
it.
you want to do piece by piece?
So which one do you think I should clear for? This door or this? Or he can
You
clear
go for the
this
door,
while
I have
do
to clear
door?
this.
Okay.
You watch what he's doing, and you pretty much go off of that. So if he button hooks, you go the opposite way. If he's going for the last, because he's going to come over and pan, so he's going to see what's what. Yep, doorway, clear, restack, pan. Yep. Correct. Correct. Yep, correct. You would stop here because you don't know that yet. So you want to check, and then you want to see what your partner's doing. Oh shit, he's out of door. What are we gonna do? You hold, you look at him. He could see a better angle down this hallway. He could probably see them, we can't. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point of having a guy right here and a guy wide. Because you can't see Justin at all, can you? I could fuck him up. So I'm fucking him up, then I say go, we both go. We both go. We both go. That's the point of widening out, because you'll see more info. And I could tuck on back, like, oh shit, he is right there. Throw a grenade over the roof. You know what I mean? Or fuck, toss one down the hallway.
Why would you stop? You could have banged him out. Doesn't mean what you think it means.
You guys want to start back here and just run it the other way? Yep.
That one there, come this way.
Get in there with
I'm gonna count you
get
in
in there
3
with
on
him.
your set. Alright. Set. 3, 2, 1, 3.
Bang. Clear.
So high ready, talk to each other. High ready, high ready. Y'all gotta talk with them guns. When these guns are up, what this really means is it. And so I'm running, right? No work, no work, no work, we're safe. That means I don't have any work.
Then I have to clear
Then you let me know. You ain't got no work? All right, let's go.
Just like that, like if they come in over here.
Okay.
Yep.
That's exactly what we're hoping to get into, right? So we paid all the money, got dressed up, hopefully get into
Because that communication at thresholds like this with the barrels is key. You could run up to a random ass motherfucker and put that barrel up and look at him, and it might be somebody that knows. Now you're in the money because you're about to fuck shit up. You know what I mean? If you stick that barrel at somebody and they don't know what they're doing, just take the lead. Take the lead. Just tell them, follow me. Button hook or whatever, just tell them right then and there, because you could tell. If they don't know, all right, well, I'm gonna have to show you. Follow me. So, go ahead. So both you guys peeked. Okay, good. Yep.
Okay. Are you going first or am I going first?
Who,
You go first, piece of button.
well, on this, let me see. Where we'll go. He sees more. Yeah, he sees more information.
Right.
So he sees more information. You've got more work from here. So you can see pretty much all of this. So I would be here. I would be here. So that I can see all this because you checked the corner. Okay, cool. Now I need to see what's important. Then guns up. If he's good to go, he's going crossed, straight in, because you go right to this guy, right to the corner. He's got most of this room. This is the unknown. You go right on in. You go straight on in. He's going to follow because of this situation.
That means you're not
Because you just got right there. But you should technically, in theory, he should be already, he should be saying no work because he could see it.
Right.
So when you guys have both agreed, no work, no work, now you breach. Who's going to be first? Whoever has more work. You do.
Right. I will run a high compressed guys in CQB. I won't leave this all day long. Am I going to miss from there? Or at least I'm going to put rounds as I snap into like it's not coming in. So if I'm behind him, he's a bit tight, but I'm probably going to be on the shoulder. So we come to that threshold going that way. I'm just going to push him out of the way. And I bang, 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 bang. Wherever you work.
So what I wanted him to show you with the punch out with you guys, this one's too heavy for my arms. I'm not trying to hurt myself. Okay, so the punch out, meaning when you're coming in, jam that motherfucker in there before you even get in there. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole, get that motherfucker in there. Anything if you're coming in over here, you just jam that motherfucker in there. The whole point of what I'm just saying on this is just with the barrel. So when you're ready, punch that motherfucker in. You know what I mean? Like, right there, you don't have to be on the sight. Just right there. Right when you come around, not here, 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 here. Here is talking, here is talking, here's fighting. You know what I mean? So when you come around that corner, this is, I'm not ready. I'm ready. Gotta get him. That's the punch. And it helps with just getting on target quicker.
So if I were to, I'm like this. I have to go.
Did you even see me behind?
Pretty much. That one's heavy as shit, so.
Okay, he's good.
That one makes it a little awkward to punch, so it'll give you a little strength. But you just want to get it up and get it into your shoulder before you cross that plane. Before you cross it.
I carry, guys, I carry frags in a couple different places. And then I would never carry for like one way, like a pound and a half.
Say that again.
I should step out more so I can see.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So
get as much information as you can.
So instead of being here, I want to be here.
If you can, if you've already got the read on everything, get in position to where you can, you know what I mean? I'm about to go, you know, because I'm in a position. All right, eyes ready? Fucking punch it.
Hallways over, and I learned that through playing. I used to keep it all very Nilsson for like things, and then one thing I wanted faster because other people were doing it was access to my frags. Oh shit! I don't want anyone to get set.
Good.
Boom! Yeah, so like. Well, I find they don't pull out. It's tough to pull out. The biggest risk you run is like crushing them if you go prone a lot. I wouldn't advise it. But last time we're upright, right? I'm running around. Yeah, you'll see me around at least like 3 or 4 from there. I'll carry others on my person and I'll reload.
I've seen the guys run with it. I'm just like, smart.
It seems dumb if you're like, like it's a dumb spot to carry a frag. Yeah, like I carry an S-beaner just for it.
Yep.
In Airsoft with the E67s, I've never seen it.
Throw my frags right there.
No. There was one where like I got caught in brush. And I thought they were going to come loose, but even when it pulled, I was able to get myself back in and free myself.
And like he's saying, I've blown myself up crawling because it was right here, and I'm crawling, and next thing I hear, boom!
You got to be aware, like,
what the hell just happened?
Crushing is what happened.
My grenade just went off. I crawled and pulled the pin.
Yeah.
Get wet from sweat.
Yep.
They will. So there are things like, not part of this course, but like, if you're choosing where to carry stuff, right? Like, they can be carried there. You can carry in a dump pouch like I was talking about. Carry like 10 of those, one of those little like $20 dump pouches off like Amazon. And you got like just like, that's pretty quick too. You got to pull it up. Yank. This guy here, you're going to be like, let's go! Even if it's further away. Like, this is nothing like quicker.
Yep.
So, all right, guys, lunchtime. Was the course useful? Yes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, thank you.
Yes, as a guy who doesn't have the military experience.
It's pretty nice. I like how you had guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's good training.
A lovely patch.
Thank you, brother.
You guys are attacking. You guys have no rules. Although, when you guys get to us, there's going to be a buzzer within White Castle somewhere. You cannot push that buzzer until all of us are dead. So if you just sprint in there and touch it and they're like, oh, we won! No, you didn't. Kill us all. When that happens, you can then push the buzzer. After the games, we'll have an AAR. We'll talk. You guys will talk amongst yourselves. We'll talk amongst ourselves, figure out what went right, what went wrong. We'll then flip sides. You guys will then become the defending team. We will become the attacking team. The rules still apply. Your lives for this. You get 1 tourniquet life. After that, that's it. You don't go back on the field. You're done for the iteration. Okay? Just get used to that fucking feeling. It sucks. Reapers, we're set up in White Castle. Most of us should know where White Castle is. You guys are going to be starting on the complete opposite end of the field. Far as fuck. One of the rest will walk you out there. Set up a battery.
Gabe suppress. Gabe suppress. Martin move right. Over there. Gabe suppress. Shoot. Just shoot. That way they stay down. Sometimes you just shoot the metal or shoot the plastic near them to make noise and they'll stay down. Okay, so assess what's going on. Are you holding security on that guy? Can you move forward or you're in a bad spot? Think about it. You can get out. Yep. So Martin's on the move. Take his spot. Good movement, Gabe. Good movement. Good move. No, good movement. Communication, guys. Where's the contact? Work together. Work together. Use those call-outs, TryHards. Use those call-outs. Yep. You got it, Gabe. You got it. Rider's down. He's getting the medic. He's good. Shit got real.
Still looking for White Castle. Entire time I got it.
Yeah, I'll make sure. K9, are you missing the smoke? Are you? Yep.
I think I was a member of him running.
So old, I don't even know if it works.
Your squad's stacking on the right.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, he's dead. Game over! Wow. You heard the man.
That's it, that's it. That's it. Watch the big building.
I think so. You're good.
One down, one down. Behind the truck! Behind the truck! On the wall! Touch up! Reload it!
Good push, brother. See who's shooting at him. Help him out.
Person on the left! Alright, push forward! Push forward! Push forward! There's still that cover over there!
It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's Airsoft. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
I'm dead, I'm dead.
Can't tell you. Call out medic if you can be. Okay. Good teamwork.
That game? Yeah. I got the intel.
Damn! You took it just. I mean, you killed us all. You did.
I'm gonna use somebody else. But I can't hit people.